Hey guys, before we get in the video, I really quickly want to talk about my Patreon page, which is linked down in the description below. Patreon is an awesome way for you to support me as a content creator, so I can create higher quality content more often, for as little as $1 a month. You're also able to receive some pretty awesome rewards in the process. For example, shout out on Instagram, priority ride in a GTR if you see me at a meet, extra entries into my giveaways, and more. So if you want to help support me as a content creator and also support my future build, be sure to click the link down in the description below and check it out. Now enjoy the video.
Hey guys, I wanted to make a video kind of quickly, but not super quickly, talking about a recent scam that I'm seeing on Instagram that I'm seeing pop up quite a bit, and so I don't know if it's the rage right now or what's happening, but I've seen it on two separate occasions back to back. It's something I got involved in because I wanted to see how it worked. As soon as I saw it, I knew there was something sketchy about it. Anytime you see something about making money from an Instagram ad, it is 99.999% likely going to be a scam. So in this specific case, I saw two separate ads. One, the first one that I saw was an ad saying, it was a promoted ad saying, get paid for your Instagram posts, DM us. And that was it. And so I sent them a DM and they responded, cool, we took a look at your profile. We're sending it off to our sponsors for them to take a look at, and then a couple days later, of course, I get a message from them saying, hey, our sponsors are really interested in working with you, but they want you to reach 20,000 followers. Okay, that seems reasonable. I mean, anyone who sponsors anybody on Instagram wants to get benefit out of it, and so I understand why they'd want my account to be bigger. Well, then they sent a second message, including a link to a specific guy's account, saying, if you contact this guy and tell him we sent you, he'll help you grow. So I decided to follow through, sent him a message, and he said that there was a limited package on how to grow your Instagram account where he was only gonna let 3 people in. You just had to pay $60 and you'd get this package that just reveals all the secrets about how to grow your Instagram profile. So then I'd hit that 20K and I'd get all those sponsorships and all that money. Now, I knew all along it was a scam, but I decided to go along with it until this point. I was not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna fall into this scam. So from there, I kind of let it die until almost immediately afterwards, I hear from a couple of my friends that they saw the exact same ad, they messaged the same account, and they got the same information with one minor change. They were told different follower amounts. So one of them had about 3,000 to 4,000 followers and was told 10,000 followers. And there was another one that had just under 1,000 followers and was told 3,000 followers. And all of these were car Instagram accounts. They were basically the same as mine, just with different cars and different sizes. And one of them actually went ahead and purchased the package, the $60 package that the one of 3 people will get. And it was the only part of it that's not really a scam. It is general tips and tricks, and it is a helpful guide on how to grow your Instagram account. However, it's not worth $60, I'll tell you that much. I saw what was inside of it, and it's something that I had already learned by myself simply by using Instagram for a couple of years. It was nothing secretive, it was nothing groundbreaking, and even utilizing everything in that package, I wouldn't hit 20K for a long time. And so the goal of the ad was to get people to message this guy and pay for this marketing scheme, this package to grow your Instagram account, and then lo and behold, they would never actually get to that level. And you might be asking, well, that's kind of an assumption there, isn't it? Well, I mentioned there were 2 incidences with it. The second one is a little bit more telling. So the second one was, I saw a promoted ad on Instagram saying, we will sponsor your build. Actually, I believe it said, we will pay for your build. DM us. And so I decided to DM them, same thing. And it followed the exact same pattern of, they said, hey, we're gonna send your account off to our sponsors and we'll let you know what they say. And within a day or 2, they messaged me back saying, hey, our sponsors are really interested in working with you. Again, ironic, but they want to see, and this time they said an extra 100 likes on average per picture. So basically increasing engagement by 100 likes per picture. I went and checked my Social Blade stats because that tells you the average based on your last 20 posts, and it said that I was sitting at about just above 1,800. So it was 1,815. And they said the same thing where they included an account. This one was a different account, that I could message and get this package. But this one was a little bit different. They didn't do their research ahead of sending me that message, because the account that they linked me to was an account that was over 4 times the size of my account. It had over 50,000, I think it was 51 or 52,000 followers on the account. However, it only got 1,400 likes per picture on average based on the Social Blade stats. So it was an account that was 4 times as big but got less likes than I did, and they were sending me to this account to learn how to get engagement. Their engagement percentage was worse than mine, and I was supposed to learn off of this account. Now, I'm not being full of myself, believe me. I'm incredibly grateful for how many likes I get, for how many followers I have, for how awesome you guys are. So I'm not full of myself. I don't think I'm better than this guy, but why would they be sending me to someone who has a worse percentage to grow my engagement? That didn't really make any sense. And so this time I played it a little bit differently. I messaged them back saying, I told them exactly that with the statistics. I literally showed them the statistics and said, hey, he's getting on average 1,400 likes per picture. I'm getting on average 1,800 likes per picture. And they basically just responded by saying, let us know when you get an extra 100. And then they said, you know, message him and he'll help you get there. And then they capped it off with, our sponsors want to make sure you know there's no rush. Take your time. You know, which kind of goes back to what I was saying before. And so I decided to utilize my own knowledge of Instagram and growing Instagram posts. And so what I did was I simply, for about a week, I would post my Instagram pictures that I posted on my story and tell people to go like it. And it was that simple and straightforward. That gets me easily an extra 100 to 200 likes, because there's quite a few people who aren't as active on Instagram, and so they're not going to see my feed. So they see the story and they click on it and happen to go like it. As well as near the end, the more likes that I'm getting, the more it's kind of like advertised or put out there, because it has more likes on it as well. And so it's kind of utilizing search engine optimization to maximize the amount of likes that I get on the picture. So as a result, my pictures were doing quite a bit better. And so I was checking my Social Blade every single day, just for the sake of researching this. And lo and behold, within, I believe it was a week, I think it might have been slightly more than a week, I took my average from 1,815 likes per picture to 1,933 likes per picture, and it's still going up. And so I got over 115 extra likes per picture on average. So I took this information and I messaged the account again and gave them the information, and then I also said, and I'm still growing, I'm still doing better and better each time. And they responded, great, keep us posted. All right, that's literally what I was doing. And so I responded that that's exactly what I was doing, that I got the extra 100 likes that I was required to get in order to get sponsored. And they just responded with, but you need to qualify first. And so I responded, well, how do I qualify? Thinking, I thought the qualifying was getting the required amount of likes set by the sponsors. And no response. They left me on red for a couple days. And so then I went a step further and messaged them back again a couple days later and said, hey, I wanted to make sure I stayed as friendly as possible, to make sure it seemed as legit as possible. I reached out again and I said, hey, just reaching out. You guys mentioned that I was at 1,800 likes per picture. You mentioned I needed an extra 100 to be able to get sponsored. I worked hard to get that extra 100 per picture. So what do I do? What are the next steps so that I can qualify? Left on red, no response for a few days. So that's pretty much as much evidence as I need to completely conclude that this is an entire scam. It's a scam built on people's ideas of growing their Instagram accounts and becoming sponsored or getting paid to post, because the way that they see it is, all right, well, if I get paid to post, then I can post whenever I want. I can do multiple sponsored posts. And so therefore the $60 that I'm paying, or however much it is at the time, I can pay that because I'm going to be able to make up more and more than that. And don't get me wrong, there absolutely are sponsorships out there that will pay you for posts, that will work out in your favor, that will earn you revenue. They absolutely exist, but these ones that advertise on Instagram are scams. Most of the time you're gonna have to come to them, or they're gonna come to you directly. They're not gonna post a broad advertisement. They're not gonna pay for this broad advertisement on Instagram to get a bunch of people flooding their DMs with messages about getting sponsored. They wanted to sell something. Now, it's not a complete scam in the sense that they still provide the package, but it's incredibly misleading on the fact that they are telling you about these sponsorships that either don't exist or you have zero possibility of acquiring these. And so if you see any scams related to this, really any money-making method promoted on Instagram, ignore it. I promise you that it is too good to be true, that it is not real. If you see this particular scam, feel free to message them and waste their time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just keep in mind exactly what I told you. Be prepared for what they are planning to do. And be safe out there, guys. Seriously. I mean, I'm making this video because I want you guys to be well aware of what's going on. In the grand scheme of things, for a lot of people, $60 really isn't a ton. It's not going to make you go broke. They're not stealing your account. They're not technically stealing your money because you're getting something in return. But I don't want people getting their hopes up thinking they're going to be making a ton of money from these posts that they're seeing when you're really not. You're likely going to be scammed, and more than likely, if you buy the package, you're going to see marginal growth at best. But thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and as always, have a nice day.